Hi guys, so today I'm going to be filming my labor and delivery video. I'm so sorry that this has taken so long, but I was actually trying to upload a different video before this, which was kind of explaining to you guys why we chose an elective C-section, but I'm trying to film that with my husband, and it's just taking a little bit longer than I expected to for both of us to have the time to sit down and film it together. So I'm going to try to do it this weekend and have it up maybe by Sunday. That's my goal, and I just wanted to really quickly upload this because it's taken me way too long. The baby's already 2 months old and this video should have been up 2 months ago. So I'll go ahead and get started. As you know, we had a scheduled C-section for December 24th at 9:30 a.m. So we basically had to be at the hospital 2 hours prior to the C-section, and we got there about 35 minutes late, so it was a little bit stressful at first, but it was fine. We just did some paperwork and then we got taken to the pre-operating room, my husband and and I just got the gown and some blood work, the IV. The nurse asked a few questions, and then my husband got the little doctor suit on, which he looks so cute in, and I'll go ahead and insert pictures here of us during this time. So after the pre-operating, actually before we left the pre-operating room, the anesthesiologist came in and he kind of just went over everything. At this point, I was pretty nervous. I had a lot of anxiety, but at the same time, I was so excited that I knew we were gonna see our baby girl in less than 2 hours. But I was definitely scared for the spinal tap because I knew that what if I move? What if it hurts and I move and I can possibly get paralyzed? I think that's everybody's kind of fear during the spinal tap or epidural. And if you guys, I'm not sure if you guys know the difference, but the epidural is kind of when you're choosing a vaginal or natural delivery, where it's a needle in the spine, but it stays kind of open so you can continuously put medicine in because you don't know if you're going to be in labor for 2 hours or for 15 hours. So that kind of stays open. The spinal tap, it's a one-time thing. They just put the same injection in your spine, however it doesn't stay open. They know the C-section is going to be over in a certain amount of time, so it doesn't continuously put medicine. And he came in and kind of walked me through it. The nurse assured me that this was the best anesthesiologist ever, so it kind of calmed me down a little bit. He was really calm, he looked really experienced, he definitely calmed my nerves. And after that, I was taken to the operating room and my husband went elsewhere. They don't let anybody be in the room with you while they're doing the spinal tap. So I was pretty nervous because I was by myself and everybody was talking like nothing was going on. They're like, oh, what are you eating today? I'm gonna have one. Do you want to have Starbucks? It was insane. I was like, I'm about to have surgery here, people. But it was pretty funny. So when I finally got to do the spinal tap, I had a nurse in front of me kind of telling me to relax and to bend over, and I was just like that, and it wasn't really uncomfortable, but I was just nervous. And I was specifically nervous because the person behind me was not the anesthesiologist that I had met, the world's best anesthesiologist. It wasn't him, it was a lady. And I was like, oh, when's the anesthesiologist coming? And they're like, oh, he's coming now. I'm like, okay. So they were putting kind of the sticker on to measure where the needle was gonna go, alcohol, all that, and I'm like, okay, there better not be a needle in my back until he gets into the room. So he gets there, and I kind of just start overhearing them saying, kind of him walking her through how to do the spinal tap. So at this point, I get extremely nervous because I'm like, he's not doing it, he's training somebody, and I'm the dummy. So I got really nervous, and I tensed up, but it didn't really hurt. They actually put a shot around the area, like kind of just a little pinch you feel, but it's not the needle in your back, and that kind of numbs the area before they actually do the spinal tap. So it wasn't as bad as I expected. It's just a little pinch. It wasn't painful or anything like that. And then he had to come around and grab my hand, and he's like, we need you to relax. And I was like, okay. And at that point, I just like took a deep breath. And when I let go, then they were able to do the spinal tap. And immediately my legs went super heavy. I felt like I was 1,000,000 pounds, and they're like, okay, lay back and put your legs on the bed. I'm like, I'm gonna need a little bit of help because I couldn't move my legs immediately after. So they put my legs on the bed, and I'm looking straight up and I see one of the lamps on top, and I could see the glare of everything that's going on in the bottom. So I was like, oh God, I can see everything. And then the second thing I was worried about was the catheter. But I figured I'm gonna be numb at that point, I'll be okay. But I definitely looked at the lamp and saw how they put the catheter in, and decided that I was not gonna look at the lamp anymore. And that's about it. Then my husband came in and they just started, and I'm gonna insert the video below of the actual birth because we filmed the whole thing. But I was nervous, but at the same time I was kind of talking and cracking jokes. At one point I said they use a laser and they kind of burn your skin, so I'm like, oh, it smells like barbecue, and that's me. I smell like barbecue, it's my skin. So I was cracking jokes and it was pretty good. And how I explain it is, if you've ever had your wisdom teeth taken out, you feel, I mean, they numb the whole area, they put all the shots and the anesthesia and everything. So you feel everything, that they're moving and stuff like that, but you don't feel pain. And you feel the pressure of the tooth coming out, but you don't feel the pain that you're supposed to feel. And that's exactly how I can describe having the C-section done. I felt kind of things around my stomach, but I didn't feel pain. And then toward probably 15, I would say 20 minutes into it, I kind of just felt a lot of pressure kind of on the top, and it was kind of them just pushing the baby out already. And the second the baby came out, I remember the first thing I said was, I can breathe. I kind of had forgotten how to breathe without a child inside me, and it was just like, oh my God, this is great. And then at that point they brought the baby to me. She was all bloody and she had so much hair. It was so cute. Then my husband, I was like, go with the baby, because I didn't want, I know this is kind of outrageous, but I didn't want the baby to be mixed up with another baby and so forth. So I was like, do not leave the baby side at this. You can leave me, you can forget about me, you don't even have a wife, just go with the baby. And then so he went, and it was like right next to it. I could hear everything that's going on. I could hear all the questions that he was asking. I could hear the baby crying. It was really emotional. And then they came back with the baby. I'm not numb top, so I was able to grab her, kiss her, take pictures, and oh, I wish I had it here. Actually, I do have it. My husband for Valentine's Day, I should put it in a haul video, but I'm gonna show you what he got me. He actually made this for me, and it's one of those like canvas frames, and this is the picture that we took. There's like a glare. This is the picture that we took right when I had the baby. Look how cute. So that's one of my Valentine's presents. But you know, we got to take pictures. We had amazing nurses. They did this cute little bow on her hat, and and when he was filming, they were like, are you focused? Because he would get nervous and kind of just drift off, and they would realize that the camera was like over here. So they were like, is the camera focused? And we had amazing nurses, like amazing. While we were taking the pictures, they were like, oh, there was blood on that side. Let's move the hat and let's take a picture again. So they were really good. After that, I guess they put something to knock me out, because the second my husband left the room with the baby to go take her to the nursery and stuff, I knocked out. So I completely blacked out. And at that point, I woke up again when I was taken into the recovery room. I thought it was going to be just a room, just myself, but it wasn't. It's kind of when you go into the emergency room, there's separate things and everything's just divided by a curtain. That's how it was. So I get in there and I'm just laying there, and I hear everybody snoring around me, and all I want to do is see my baby. I don't want to fall asleep, I want to see my baby. So the nurse comes, and I ask her how long I'm going to be in the recovery room for. She said, at least 3 to 4 hours. You need to recover. That's why you're in the recovery room. So I said, I'm fine. Can I just go to my room now? And she said, no, there's a few tests we have to do. You have to kind of put your pelvis, you're laying down on the bed, so you have to kind of push your pelvis up to the roof using your legs. You're supposed to be numb, so if you are able to do that, and then bend your left leg, bend your right leg, and a bunch of different tests that they do, then they can release you. So I said, oh, I could do all that, and I just started doing everything, and she's like, okay, you're good to go. And And it was funny because at my hospital, she was born in South Miami Hospital, and you get to decide whether you want just the regular room or if you want a suite. And to me, that's just ridiculous. It's like a business. I'm not even gonna go into it. But the suite was just a little bit bigger and a little bit nicer. It actually had furniture. It looked like a room and not a hospital bed. But it was $150 additional a night. So I said, that's ridiculous. We're gonna be here 3 to 4 nights, and that's just money that we shouldn't be spending. But my husband felt otherwise. He wanted the best. He wanted, you know, he said, we're gonna have a lot of people in there. We're gonna want a bigger room, and so forth. So I said, no, I don't want the suite. And my husband had apparently told the same nurse that yes, that we wanted the suite. So the nurse ended up coming back, and I think it also had to do with the fact that that room was available and that I just wanted to leave the recovery room so fast. So she came back and she said, you know what, I'm gonna give you guys a suite and I'm not gonna charge you, so just don't say anything. So it was kind of great. It was best of both worlds. And I went into my room and there was everybody there. My mom, my dad, my in-laws, my sister-in-law, my friends, my husband's friends. My husband had snuck in probably 20 people into our room. So everybody's taking pictures, everybody's seeing the baby. And at this point, I'm regretting leaving the recovery room because I'm out of it. I didn't know what I was saying. I didn't know what I was doing. I was bad. So if I could do it again, at least for my next baby, I'm gonna tell my husband that the first day I don't want to see anybody, just my husband, my husband and I, and maybe have somebody bring our Arya, which she'll probably be at least 2 years old. and that's it. I don't want anybody in the room. So if you're pregnant and you're about to do this, you don't want to see anybody the first day. Maybe tell all the visitors to come the second day or something, or have them just go and see the baby in the nursery, but not to the room, because you're just completely out of it. And it was extremely embarrassing. Until this day, I have people making fun of me about things I did and things that I said. So that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here because I don't want this video to be too long, but I'm gonna go ahead and record a second part to this where it's gonna be talking about kind of the few days in the hospital and my overall recovery from the C-section. But I will say this, I do not regret the scheduled C-section. It was really stress-free and it was amazing for us. So that's about it. If you have any questions, you can list them down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.